Hi, I'm Brenda Buglione and welcome to SnowMotion. This week we're getting to know the stylish and creative snowboarder Zeb Powell. And we'll get a peek at downhill king Alex Kilde's new documentary. In this week's ski tip, I'll show you how to improve your skiing by focusing on your hand position. And then we'll get warmed up and ready to ski all day in the fitness tip. Let's gear up and get after it.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Steadman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best. On the World Cup Tour and beyond, the Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
Corbel, make it gold.
SnowMotion is brought to you by the Steadman Clinic, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us. And by Gorsuch. Zebulon Powell rose to snowboarding fame after winning the X Games gold in the knuckle huck. This North Carolina native has incredible air sense and a knack for creativity that's always on display. We caught up with Zeb at Copper Mountain for the Red Bull Slide-In Tour. Zeb, how'd you get into snowboarding?
I actually got into snowboarding pretty much because my friends were doing it. I was gonna be a skateboarder first, so I started that when I was like 6 or 7, and then snowboarding was the next biggest hobby during the winter, and I had to give it a shot, and then I just ended up taking off with it and loving it, and started going every weekend, carpooling with the friends.
So you grew up doing this in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if you didn't have a lot of steeps or jumps, you created them. Seems like you created so many fun things.
Yeah, I think I've been saying recently, it's kind of like less is more, you know what I mean? Because we didn't have the jumps, we didn't have the best rails, but luckily we had some good train for turning and learning edge control, and I was just always trying to find the biggest jumps or the biggest hits I could, and it didn't seem like much then, but once I started going out to these bigger mountains, it all started to make more sense. Just have an eye for things, a better eye for things.
Kind of crazy eye. You are just throwing these things that are crazy. I mean, I thought you had fallen, but you're going backwards off a jump, and then you twist up, and so is that one of your famous tricks?
I guess my famous trick is more of a concept. It's you don't really know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I kind of have the mind to make things work sometimes.
Someone said, oh, Zeb, he's like a cat. He's twisting and turning and jumping and always lands on his feet. I love that.
Yeah, that's just natural. I don't know where that came from. It's just a part of me. Whether I do the trick I was supposed to do, whether I do something completely different that no one expected, not even me. My best stuff comes when I'm just riding and you just have a camera on me, because you don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not thinking, I'm just being me. And so it's it really is a free expression, more or less. It's crazy.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of young boarders are looking up to you. You're making it such a fun sport to get more kids involved in snowboarding.
Well, I mean, I just that's my philosophy, just free, fun, just cruising with friends. So that's what Red Bull Slide-In Tour is. We're just out here pretty much, creating content, but really it's just welcoming everyone to ride. Anyone is welcome.
Inspiring everyone to get out there.
Exactly.
And it's not an intimidating sport. That's great.
It's actually really crazy. I think every mountain I go to, they're like, Zeb, like, I started snowboarding because of you. Like, I've been snowboarding for 2 years. Like, it's just, I get this love from everywhere. And also, I feel like I see so many people from Cataloochee, like, or North Carolina, where I'm from now, too, which is crazy. Because, you know, we have a community, but I didn't know it was that big. Or maybe it's growing, I don't know what's good. But we're inspiring a lot of people, and I think that's what matters. It's making it look fun and having fun with it. So the more fun you have on your snowboard, like, the better you're gonna get naturally. And I think that's what matters. That's what really matters to me.
Okay, one last question. What about the chill movement? What is that?
The chill movement?
Yeah.
So that's created by Burton, and it's pretty much just taking kids who would never have the opportunity to go snowboard, surf, skate, and you know, putting them in that realm. It just like kind of gives them the opportunity to try something new, and yeah, getting kids out. Once you can get that moment on the mountain where you look up and like you're like just free, like it's just an incredible feeling, and that can be correlated to anything. It's just a life lesson learning how to snowboard when you don't have those opportunities and stuff. So.
Well, what do I say? We're so proud to have Zeb on SnowMotion. I mean,
thank you guys for having me. It's been so great talking to you.
and thank you for everything you've done for all the kids out there and snowboarding.
Of course.
All right.
Thank you.
Guess I'm going to follow him down, so.
We're about to have some fun.
Coming up, I have a tip that will show you how important your hand position is while you're skiing. And then we'll look back at an interview with legendary skier Ingemar Stenmark.
We see athletes as the ones that set goals in the recovery of a life-altering injury, the individuals that redefine the magic of getting back up, those that reframe their own recoveries to not be identified by their disability, but by what they will find next as their new ability to succeed. We are High Fives, the safety net of the outdoor sports community.
We don't just repair injuries, we look within to harness the body's own power to heal and decipher the delicate balance of tendon, cartilage, and bone. Developing new treatments so you recover faster. The Stedman Clinic and Stedman Philippon Research Institute. The future of orthopedic medicine is here.
For all my latest ski tips and chairlift interviews, subscribe to SnowMotion on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at Brenda Buglione 1 and on Facebook at Brenda Buglione. A simple tip to help anyone improve their skiing is proper arm position. You want your hands in front, arms relaxed. A common mistake is when a skier pole plants. They drop their hand by their thigh. After you pole plant, which is very important, it's the timing device in your turns. You want to plant and leave your hand there. If I drop my hand by my thigh, my weight goes back, my skis flatten out, and I lose my power because that takes you out of the angulated position to keep your weight over your ski edges. It's such an easy fix. All you need to do is plant the pole and leave your hand there. It's just the flick of the wrist, not up here with tight shoulders, not down here, just relaxed out in front. So just that simple tip of where your hands are will make such a difference to keep you in the athletic position and help you make good carved turns. Before there was Michaela Schifrin, there was Swedish ski racer Ingemar Stenmark. His 86 wins on the World Cup was a mark to beat for decades. Growing up as a ski racer myself, Ingemar was my idol, and I was honored to interview him at the American Ski Classic in 2003. For this week's SnowMotion show, we came to the American Ski Classic to watch celebrities and ski legends tear down this slope and raise money for the Christopher Reeve Paralysis Foundation. The American Ski Classic in Vail, Colorado started out over 20 years ago with the Jerry Ford Celebrity Cup. Now it's 3 days of skiing fun with parties, celebrities, and a thrilling downhill race featuring the legends of skiing. I can't believe I'm standing next to Ingemar Stenmark. As a little girl, he was my idol. As a ski racer growing up, I wanted to be just like Ingemar and make turns just like him. But here I am standing with the winner today of the Harris Direct American Ski Classic race, and he is used to winning. He's won 86 World Cups in his career, the most ever. Ingemar, how does it feel to be back here in the States at Vail, Colorado?
Yeah, it's really nice to be back here. I haven't been here for 14 years. And winning a race is always nice.
And why would you come here? What motivated you to come to Vail and compete in the American Ski Classic?
Yeah, I come here because it's nice to meet all my friends from the World Cup, and I met many new friends too. And it's great skiing in Vail. I like the snow here. It's very dry, and the slopes are very wide. For me, it's good. It's not so bumpy. I don't like the bumps anymore. Yeah, I would like to thank my team for doing almost all the job. And also, it's been very nice being here.
It's time for the Ford Cup Celebrity Race.
I won 3 out of my 4 matchups and lost to none other than the Kaiser, Franz Palmer. So I'm pretty happy with the way I skied.
I snowboard once a year, so, this year I snowboarded in a race.
Well, we almost lost him. Almost lost him, but it was all that.
I recovered. You were right behind me telling me, lead forward, wedge.
Bigger wedge.
Bigger wedge.
I hope you had fun watching all this great ski action at the Harris Direct American Ski Classic. It was a lot of fun, and it was for a great cause. So it's a lot colder out than you thought it was going to be, and the temperature's been dropping. You lose a lot of body heat from your head, especially if there's airflow between your head and your helmet. Here's a tip to use your neck gaiter to cover your head, keep your head warmer, and retain more body heat, so you'll be warm all day. Okay, I take my neck gaiter off, then I'm gonna pull it on like a tube over my face. Then I take the front of my neck gaiter and pull it over my chin. Tuck my hair in. So now my head is completely covered. I take my helmet and put it over my neck gaiter. So this is all covered, so no airflow is going into my head. And I have that little extra protection to keep me warm.
What we've done at Surefoot is really changed the way that you get ski boots.
The sun shines bright.
This boot is made for your foot. The difference is amazing. You'll ski better. They're better fitting, better skiing than anything you've ever experienced.
I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me. And life is good the way it should, the way.
If we want to protect the places we love, we must vote. America is a nation of many nations, many histories, many experiences. But despite our different paths, we all converged here. You see, our common ground is the land itself, our playgrounds, and places we love. Now we must protect them from the effects of climate change. If you love the land, make a plan to vote this November.
Dream job? Oh God. Marine biologist. A food critic.
I already started a coffee roasting business, Pacific Crest Coffee Company. And our first location's doing really well, and we're opening up a second location now in Truckee. Outside of ski racing, definitely dream job, heli ski guide.
Lifty at Cochrane Ski Area.
SnowMotion is brought to you by Surefoot. Better fitting, better skiing. And by Crimson Clover. Live boldly. Welcome back to SnowMotion. We all love skiing and snowboarding because it's exhilarating. To perform your best, here's a warm-up exercise that will help you get loose and limber before you hit the slopes. I'm with exercise physiologist Rod Connolly, owner of Live It Group Training in Edwards, Colorado. We all want to ski our best on the slopes and stay safe. Rod, what exercise would you give me if you could only choose one before you hit the slopes?
If we had one tip to give you before you put your ski boots on and get out on the slopes, is we want to run through what's called a 3-point mobility drill. So let's have you come down to the mat. And you're gonna get into a lunge with your right foot forward and your hands to the inside of your right foot, just like this. Now notice how what Brenda has done is she has flexion into her right hip and simultaneous extension into her left hip. She has her spine nice and long, and then now what she's gonna do is she's gonna rotate and get what's called thoracic rotation, where we're really designed to rotate. And notice that she's nice and open right here. Now the third part of it is she's gonna take her right hand back down and she's gonna put it on the outside of her foot and she's gonna drag back into what's called dorsiflexion hamstring. And this is so good for skiers because she's creating some of the dorsiflexion that you need to be able to drive your shin into your ski boot, and she's getting a little stretch in her hamstring. And then now what she'll do is she'll flow through this pattern. So she'll go back into the one for her hips, then rotate, right hand down, back into the hamstring. So that's why it's called a 3-point mobility drill, one of the best mobility drills there is. Back into hips, rotate.
This does feel good.
Right hand down, hamstring. And I have my ski athletes do 6 full rounds per side. And this is a great way to open up the hip girdle, how it relates to the shoulder girdle through a long neutral spine. Just how you want to hold good posture when you're out on the slopes.
I like that, and I think this ankle flexion is key because when you're skiing, to stay forward, you need the ankle flexion to engage the tip of the ski.
Absolutely. As you know, either you feel like you're in the back seat,
yep.
Or if you have dorsiflexion, you can drive your shins into the tongue of the ski boot and really drive your skis.
Well, I like that that doesn't take that long. I mean,
it's your go-to. So if you're traveling out to Vail, traveling to Beaver Creek, and you're in a condo in the hotel room, you don't need much space, you don't even need a yoga mat. Just get into that lunge position, stretch the hips, make the rotation, work into the hamstring, dorsiflex for the ankle.
Okay, you'll be ready for the slopes. Norwegian alpine ski racer Alexander Kilde is one of the best downhillers on the World Cup circuit. See his journey this season in Kilde, a new documentary from Viaplay. Viaplay is a leading streamer in 11 European countries and the #1 producer of original Nordic films, series, and documentaries. Stream now at viaplay.com.
For å bli best I verden, så må man legge ned enorme mengder. Du må ha passion for det og faktisk jobbe hardt. Og du må ville å kunne stange hodet I veggen til du kommer gjennom.
Seier I Beaver Creek, seier I Wengen, seier I Kitzbühel, og her han!
Mitt navn Alex Kilde. Jeg alpinist og prøver å bli verdens raskeste på ski.
Dette verdenscup-avslutningen I Courchevel, der vi nå skal avgjøre utfor cupen I dag.
Kjenner ass. Det greit å være nervøs på dager som det her. Man får det tidlig nok, og ikke når man skal kjøre, så det greit. Men det ikke noe digg. Det går rundt og føler at maten oppi halsen. Så... Nerver noe man ofte har hvis det en viktig ting du skal gjennomføre. Hvis jeg føler at det et eller annet som mangler, så kan jeg bli skikkelig nervøs. Før Courchevel så hadde jeg en hendelse hvor jeg var skikkelig nervøs. Jeg går I meg selv. Det blir en sånn seriøs greie hvor jeg bare føler at jeg må spare energi. Og så får man sånne brekningshost. Men så har jeg I bakhodet også, jeg kan ikke kaste opp, fordi jeg må ha den energien jeg nettopp har spist. Så jeg må holde det I meg, liksom.
Det Kilde foran her nå, så vinner han utfor cupen. Da det ingen som kan ta han. Men nå Kilde I gang! Og inn over Zenit-hoppet. Helt ute av kontroll der. Det var veldig nære et fall for Kilde, som bare 900-deler bak på topp. Det så brutal sport. Jeg veldig spent på den neste mellomtid her nå. Han må være med. 45-52. Han 27 bak. Han med. Og høy hastighet.
Og for langt igjen.
Ja, det bedre. Og tida her nå. Han 4 tideler bak. Og kommer nå snart inn I det området der Voits har gjort en liten feil.
Ja, dette kan bli meget jevnt. Treffe nedover mot slutten her nå.
Han seig, men han bedre enn Voits.
Mye lenger oppe enn Voits. Voits var ned forbi blålinjen.
Det blir jo så spennende som det mulig å få blitt.
Det var en fin sving.
Det avgjøres I aller siste sekund på sesongen. Og her han foran med 700-deler, Alexander. Kom igjen, stå på hele veien.
Det ble drøy.
Det seit. Det vil utfor sesong. Seier I Beaver Creek, seier I Wengen, seier I Kitzbühel. Og her han. 31 hundredeler bak. Men han nummer 2. Og nå må vi ikke ha noen folk imellom der da. Dette her blir spennende altså.
Dette blir spennende.
Hver eneste løper nå. Men nå kan det godt komme folk foran Voits, men vi vil helst ikke ha folk imellom de to gutta der nå. Det greia.
Hvis Voits blir nummer 1 eller 2, så må Kilde være på plassen bak. Det casen.
Ja. Akkurat nå det 3 poeng som skiller, Marius. Det blir altså så spennende til siste mann har kjørt her. 1.56 bak Mathias Maier. Og der vinner han utfor cupen 2021-2022.
that's all for this episode of SnowMotion. Thanks for joining, and make sure to tune in next time for all the latest and greatest winter sports action. Until then, I'm Brenda Buglione, and we'll see you on the slopes.